There's a nice little recipe that we came across called Tide Me Over Tide Me Overs, and they're basically meatballs covered in gravy. It's ground beef.
Isn't that
Pork.
Swedish meatballs?
Hmm?
Isn't that just Swedish meatballs?
I mean, it could be, but it's got like it's like a sawmill gravy almost, but it is good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is, because I also add in some like breadcrumbs and stuff like that. So it's like delish. How's everybody else do?
All right.
So
He's
far,
currently
so
out
good.
front dealing with his car shit.
Who's dealing with car?
So,
He's they're finally coming to collect the dead Jeep.
Finally.
was that something that we were hoping for, or?
Well, I mean, he had to get rid of it, so he finally sold it to somebody who was doing the whole cash for useless cars thing.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
I suppose, Jay. It's a good thing.
Mostly because if he didn't, the city was going to tow it tomorrow, and then you have to pay for the damn thing. So.
Reasonable. Alright. I am going to do something real quick. Let me know if you are in chat if you see this.
Yeah, I am
Did,
unable to
did
do
an
that.
image pop up in Roll20?
Would it be on the map or on the?
I would have blown up an image.
There was no blown up image.
Good. Okay. Cool.
Nor is there any image on the map.
Cool.
Beyond
Alright.
what's normally there.
Cool. That works for me then. Trying to copy something into GM notes and it's being a dick. See if it actually works here. Oh, it works here. Aha. Well then. So that's not. And all I need to do.
Is speaking.
Okay, the transfer request and the pre-approval that you submitted on our website is now.
Ominous silence is ominous. It is complete.
Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on getting rid of the Jeep soon.
Yes. That's how much you actually get for it. Unfortunately, its catalytic converter was sliced off, so it that
Wow,
cut
so
what
somebody
it could
actually
give me.
jacked you for that?
Apparently, yeah. You got robbed. Okay. But so
What?
I got 200 instead of 400. Yeah, that's the thing. People are going around stealing catalytic converters. Be aware.
I mean, I forgot about that, but why couldn't this be like that last thing where that guy tried to steal it and the car collapsed on him and killed him?
Oh yeah, I remember because I just remembered that you had already said, "Oh yeah, they were stolen" or something like that. Because I was like, "The hell is a catalytic converter? That sounds like something out of Star Wars."
It's an essential part of your car, is what it is.
It's effectively made out of a bunch of really expensive metals. Well, at least people stop breaking it. At least people stop going underneath people's houses and stealing copper pipes. So that's a start.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they still do that too.
Okay, let's see. This. Oh. Okay, so, I didn't see, but who do we have today?
Currently, everyone... no, Matt dropped, so us and Greg.
Okay, cool. In which case, what exactly... So we last left off, you guys managed to liberate, what's left? I'll say you managed to liberate what was left of a camp of refugees.
Yes, of kobold refugees specifically.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to talk
see.
to who was in charge of them fuckers.
Alright, yeah, so you have 20, I must say, 20 adults, 7 children. So you said you're trying to figure out who's in charge?
I would like to speak to who is in charge among them, yeah?
They kind of seem to be in disarray.
Well, if I say I want to speak to whoever's in charge, whoever steps up.
Yeah, effectively, the oldest female will come forward. The oldest female will come forward. She seems to be, she doesn't look that much older. Actually, she looks around about the same age as the rest of them. If you ask, she is 23.
Well, age is just a number.
Well, especially for kobolds.
Yeah, 23 for a kobold is fucking ancient. They're usually lucky if they live to double digits. So, yeah, let's start with, why did you dare hit a Vistani caravan of all things?
They're gonna kind of look at each other and be like, "What are you talking about?"
Your menfolk, under the direction of the Black Knight, attacked a Vistani caravan. That's what brought all this, suffering down upon you in the last few hours.
We don't know anything about that. We were just told to stay here. We were just told to stay here, and the men said that our men said that they were going to go and gather supplies, and then next thing we know, these soldiers come in here and she starts trying to hold back tears.
Alright. Insight check.
Okay.
In a moment. Gonna finish clicking around these curves. There we go. What is my insight? I know it's not my strongest skill, but... Where is it? There it is. That apparently actually is one of my good skills. Alright. Don't think I have anything that gives me advantage here, because I'm not that character. Nope. Okay, awesome. Smoke them.
Okay. I must say, she seems to be telling the truth.
Alright, well, your menfolk decided it would be within their best interest to team up with somebody who had declared some kind of vendetta against the Vistani, and they attacked the Vistani caravan.
Why would they'll kind of look at each other in kind of like abject horror. He was like, who would dare attack those demons?
That's a very good question. But your menfolk did, and unfortunately they have paid the price for that back in town.
They're gonna kind of gasp.
Yeah. So, if you wish to save what's left of your tribe, I recommend getting the hell out of Dodge.
Where will we go?
That is a very good question. The obvious being not here.
Could
We
I...
can't. I was gonna say they're gonna kind of look around. It was like I was like, our people are stuck here. We have no way of. It was like we have no way of leaving this land.
Could I give Naylan?
Mhm.
Right? That's it?
Yeah, Naylan.
Yeah. Naylan a look as to subtly indicate himself as a means of them leaving.
When you say himself, you mean me or you?
You.
Nailing it.
Yeah,
you're
okay, I wanted to confirm I was understanding. Well,
So you're like, we can't go anywhere, and I'm thinking, well, I don't want to verbally say anything, so
if I were you, I would advise heading north of here until you hit the river, and then follow the border till you hit the mists. If you're lucky, you should be able to intercept a Vistani caravan heading that way that will be able to take you across the border.
But don't they? They're gonna kind of like look at each other and be like, shh. Like he was like, we can't talk to the demons. He was like, you can't even look at them, let alone talk to them.
Well, that's your
Some
call.
I'll say some of them will look at each other. It was like I hear that to cross words. It was like I hear that to cross words with one of them is to forfeit your life. One of the children will say. It was like one of the children will say, I've heard that if you talk to a Vistani, you'll die.
so that's the player laughing.
Well, you don't really have much to lose, do you?
So die from the guards or die from the Vistani.
Die from the guards, or possibly die from the Vistani. It's guaranteed death from the guards.
A very painful one.
You've already seen that.
She's going to kind of look around, like.
And, you could also try hiding out here, well, in a different area, if you want to try your luck, but you've seen how that went so far.
Say, she'll say, this is true. They will return. I don't know how you got rid of them, but they will return. We will leave. She'll look to the women and start speaking in Draconic towards them. Start pointing in different directions. they'll start running off to each individual tent. Just kind of seems to be trying to grab essentials and trying to hurriedly pack what they can.
You said we found Vistani artifacts here, right? Like personal effects and
yes.
stuff. Did that include any of the wagons? Did those survive?
Those are destroyed.
Okay.
I must say, you can see the debris of the wagon. The only reason why you recognize it as such is because you know what it looks like. It's kind of mixed in with the other, kind of discarded, broken items and trash.
Look over to Nix. I don't suppose your crafting bag of tricks includes like some kind of hasty assembly to get these guys, to turn that pile of scrap into some carts or something they could possibly use?
They seem to be just like slinging things. They seem to be kind of ripping off bits and pieces of tents, turning them into makeshift backpacks, and carrying enough like food scrap and spare clothes to make it for roughly about like, from what you're telling, they probably seem to be packing with like 2 or 3 spare clothes, and they kind of seem to be trying to loot some of the bodies for spare clothes.
Okay.
I've in theory grabbed all the Vistani artifacts. I would presume that includes survived clothing, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, they only seem to be taking their own stuff, not like salvage stuff that came in.
Okay.
It's not like they're trying to take their loot, take whatever loot was here, because most of that's already been carted off.
Yeah, if you can't do it, that's fine. I
Well,
just wasn't sure if you had a thing for that.
well, I mean, I do. Brian, I do have. This is like wood and stuff.
It's a pile. It looks like it used to be wagons that they've destroyed.
Okay. I do have carpentry and such for wagons, and I can build things in half the time. That being said, if I may have one moment to check something real quick.
Sure.
If you can't do it, I will just keep the wagon parts for parts and call it a day.
Well, I have a specific thing I want to look up, because I believe I have it. Oh, of course I don't. Okay, never mind. But between carpentry tools and my ability to quickly build things, do you have any idea what kind of range I would have in order to construct a usable wagon out of the...
Or even a cart,
Yeah, or a cart out of the parts here.
That's like a platform and 2 wheels.
You're asking if you can do it?
Well, I know I have the capacity to. What I'm wondering is if the kind of time range that I would have, because I can build things in half the time with Wondercon if I'm.
So you're
not
basically just trying to make a
mistaken.
ramshackle cart out of what's here.
Yeah.
And
I would
if
say-
if I may, Khalid will offer as well, because he also has the craft thing to help speed it up.
I would say about 30 minutes.
3 minutes.
I would say like it would have taken about 2 hours. It would have taken about 2 hours, and then you have abilities to be able to have that, and then Khalid is one that helps to have that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you'll take my help.
Oh, in this case, I certainly don't mind it. It'll actually be
you can have a
interesting
fully
to see the kinds
functioning
of things
cart
you
in
can
about
do.
30 You can have a fully functioning car in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So what did you say, Dave?
It'll actually be interesting to see what you can do. Outside of not being seen.
Used to work for do a lot of different jobs, so picked up a little here, a little there,
Right.
But yeah.
I'm gonna say you estimate based on. I'm gonna say based on what you said. Based on what you said to the guard. This will give you enough time to be able to make this cart for them to get on off, and your charm effect is going to last roughly about an hour, and then it's gonna wear.
Yeah, I think that's how charm person works. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna last about an hour before they eventually start to try to make their way back here. So 30 minutes, yeah, that's enough for you to build it, for them to, hit the road, and I assume for you guys to also skedaddle.
Yeah. Any wagon parts he doesn't use, I'd like to take with me as spare parts for mine.
Okay. Since he's only given them bare bones, and since there's only a grand total of 27 of them, they would only need I would say about 25% of the spare parts. So it's about 75% of damaged wagon parts that you can take. Most of the wood is like splintered and smashed. So I guess over time some mending spells or something to basically piece wood back together and whatnot. So, yeah. But you have all the bits and pieces of the wagon. The wagon does not appear to have been. From what you can tell, the wagon does not appear to have been destroyed by the kobolds. Seems to have been smashed with a sword. Your best guess. This thing was smashed to pieces by the Black Knight.
Cool. And I have spare tires and shit.
But yeah, for Khalid's assistance, he's just basically going to help Nix the best way he can. He'll just be a assistant, basically, doing what you need done to help speak it up.
Cool. So you guys make a ramshackle cart. They seem to be very thankful for what has been given to them.
They better be.
Make me a perception roll.
Whom, everyone?
You guys are kind of busy trying to get that done as fast as possible. Nailing. I'm about to say, because I assume in order to try and get this done, you guys are focusing on that.
Yep.
Perception.
I imagine the old Warcraft 1 to 3 construction noises in the background.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say while you are there gathering the items, you will hear. Hold on. Yeah, what else going on? Okay. Okay. You guys will Nayland. While you are doing that, you will feel a draft blow past you. Up until now, you haven't felt a single wind.
Okay.
It is a familiar breeze. It is a familiar breeze. Something about this breeze unsettles you. almost like sends a chill metaphorically down your spine. It seems to blow past you, and you this wind not only does it whistle past you, you swear you could hear voice. You swear that you possibly heard a voice in that breeze that just flew by you.
Okay.
You'll kind of, I say, with that perception check, you'll kind of see like the leaves kind of rustle and blow around. You'll see the leaves just kind of rustle, almost as if they're. Did you ever see? Did you ever watch? What's that movie? Bird Box.
I did not.
Okay. Like it's like the wind seems to be carrying or going in some sort of line past you, and as it goes past you, you'll notice like leaves moving kind of in a pathway. They move past, they move around you, and past you. They seem to course over and around Nyx and Khalid. And you notice it. You notice that wind and those. I say that wind and those leaves kind of circle around one of the children as the leaves kind of swirl around them. And the kid just kind of seems to be like looking at it, confused, but kind of like kids do when the little wind funnels go around them. Seems kind of playful about it as the wind just kind of circles around them momentarily, and then the kid's face goes blank, and the air dies down, and the leaves just fall.
Okay.
That kid does not move from that spot the entire time as everyone is moving stuff and getting things straight.
Like he's under some form of paralysis?
No, he seems like his face just kind of seems to be stunned.
Well, I'm in the middle of working on this, as I recall, with the lead.
Yeah, so you wouldn't even notice until you're done, and you would probably notice just this one kid who looks stunned and sad, which, considering the situation, wouldn't look that much out of the ordinary to you. The only reason why I let Nayland notice is because of what transpired before it.
It's not ringing a bell for Tristan, so I don't know if there's a check I can make.
Could, and to confirm, I did see the Wenza swirl around this one kid.
No, you didn't. You and Khalid were too busy focused on trying to get this thing done in time.
Okay.
So,
in which case, I don't need to roll.
I mean, you could try to make a check, but you have a higher difficulty.
Oh no! If I didn't notice it, then Nyx wouldn't think to make the request I'm about to make. So
yeah, I'm like that would be a passive perception, I would think, and I don't think your passive perception will be high. So
my passive, unless I am suffering some kind of disadvantage, is 21. If I'm at disadvantage, then it gets lowered to 16.
Yeah, you considering that you're trying to order the time of this, then yeah.
Okay, makes perfect sense. Well, actually, I do have a question. Is it within the area encompassed by my blind sight?
No. It's something that no. It's roughly about because the kids and everyone aren't standing near you. They're all off, in the encampment grabbing stuff.
Okay, gotcha. Just wondering. Okay.
Yeah, they're not hovering around you while you make this thing.
Okay.
This is something that, since Nayland isn't doing anything in particular that would distract him, that he would notice.
Okay, cool.
You do, I must say, Nayland, you would notice this kid, even though his head isn't moving, his eyes seem to be following, following Tatsuka.
Okay, now I'm definitely lost.
And this is while we're working, right? I'm just trying to get the time frame here, if I can interact or not.
Yeah, this is all while you're working. He doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there. Looks just like he looks traumatized, confused, and after you're done building, you can pick this up. Nayland has seen this before. It's hatred. It's hatred hidden behind sadness.
Dun dun dun!
It's like he is sad, but behind that sadness, you've seen this look before. It's people who are currently sad and traumatized, but there is hatred bubbling underneath it. But currently, they're too sad to feel the hatred.
Okay. No idea what that's about.
You've experienced it a lot here in Ravenloft.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand the emotion. I'm just like, not sure what, why ghosts or whatever are suddenly interested in.
You don't notice any possession. It doesn't seem like...
You know what I mean? It's like something randomly taking over a kid, kid and going, the fuck?
Yeah. Normally breezes and things like that, you normally only feel in the mist.
Mm-hmm.
It's effectively some sort of disorient. It's something. It's something akin to the disorienting feeling that the mist would usually give.
Super weird.
Which for a normal person would be cleverly disguised, but considering you're a Vistani, you recognize it.
Cool.
All right. Shortly before you finish the wagon, they have all finished packing. By the time they're done packing, they're kind of looking kind of confused at what Nix and Khalid are doing.
So what do you think, Khalid? I think it's functional. He's kind of looking at the ramshackle thing that's been made.
You have effectively created a D&D version of a soapbox car.
Khalid will look at it, then back to Nix. I mean, considering the time and what we had in our hands, I think it's the best we could come up with on so short notice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what are we doing?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what you're doing. They made a cart for the kobolds.
Oh, okay.
The kobolds are gathering all their stuff, getting ready to leave the encampment before the guards come back.
So, yeah. There you go, guys. That should help you get your shit out of here. And best of luck.
She will say, thank you for your mercy. I will, I must say, I just hope that there's a way out of here.
Well, if the mists decide to be kind to you, you will find help in the direction I indicated.
They will nod. She will nod and she will say, "Come now." As they start to walk away, the young one will, the young one will not walk with them. The sadness seems to almost immediately fall off of his face. It seems to immediately fall off his face, as with some sort of a purpose, he will finally begin to walk off, glaring over his shoulder at Toxica.
Now that we're done, do Nyx and Kelly notice that?
You will notice because he's lagging behind at least a good 20 meters before he finally realizes that they walked off, and then he's going to start walking off with them.
Oh, that kid's life's ruined.
I can't snap my fingers. I don't know how.
I know the kid had a rough time with this, but I don't know if ruined is the word.
Huh.
Or unless you're seeing something I'm not.
Yeah, did I miss something?
Well, that look suddenly came over him, so I'm not sure how much of it's actually his.
Okay.
Somebody else is going to be riding shotgun.
Possession. Holly.
Tim, anyone who wasn't paying attention to Tim seems to be may or may not notice him walking. He's been walking around the encampment this whole time. Seems to be like standing over top of bodies, drawing in these wisps from their corpses. So he seems to be drawing in these wisps from their corpses into his book.
Okay.
He'll head back over to the group after he's done. He'll look at you. So, you decided to help them.
I did. Well, give them a fighting chance at least. We'll see how much help that actually turns out to be.
You all are such good people. Never would have expected that.
What are the odds? So many good people in one spot.
Around here, not good.
He'll look at you all and be like, yeah, that technically makes you all a target. Probably best I get away from you all as fast as possible, and I get to my destination.
If it helps Tim, you can think about it as us cultivating favors for later. A bit more selfish that way.
He'll kind of smirk. He was like, nah, if the powers that be actually fall for that, then we'll be good.
Well, we won't be here much longer. We have one more stop to make.
Good. I just need to make sure they keep their eyes off of me long enough to get to Darkhan.
Yeah, we have one more stop to make at Nyx's request, and then we're good to go.
Okay. Which case, I'll say Tim's book seems to be glowing, And he was like, I've gotten everything that I needed here.
No,
So,
didn't realize that there was a mission for you here.
I made a request earlier. You don't have to tell if you don't want to.
No. I didn't realize that Tim was on a mission here, that he got everything he needed.
well, these bodies were just laying here, and nobody was doing anything with them. So I took their souls to restock my book. Like I didn't think any of you were going to do anything with them.
I try not to mess with the souls of others if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
I typically don't bother with the souls of those who aren't still around.
Exactly. And I say he gathered wagon parts, and they collected items and things, and so I decided to collect souls. Seems legit. All right. So you guys are packing up and making your way to the burning river, correct?
That's the plan, as far as I know.
That's where I'm going anyway.
Burning river, in the wilds, burning river.
I'll be keeping some distance away from Suka.
Please don't. Okay. Come on, Hopper. Let's go outside. Please don't step in that. Let's go outside. Yes, I know it's cold, but you want to go outside, so go outside.
Next to the burning river.
Someone should get that checked.
Burning river of fire.
Oh, Brian, the question I Skyped to you earlier, was that reasonable to you?
In regards to, what was it?
Since guns is not a part of the regular vernacular of D&D, if I could take, quote unquote bow feats and just refluff it to be gun.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, they're still ranged. When I say they're effectively still ranged, like ranged projectiles. I believe, because technically we already do it by allowing Tibbs to use archery bands to shoot guns.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to clear it with you first.
Inquiring minds would like to know if you're going to apply that to gunslingers who may or may not be playing in Final Fantasy.
As long as there's not any particularly odd wording, yeah.
Very good. Carry on.
Okay. How are you guys traveling? Are you guys hurrying, or are you just going at a normal pace?
Unless I've been given reason to hurry, I was figuring normal pace.
I'm okay. I'm okay with normal pace.
I mean, you guys were like running. And I'll say you guys were like double pacing.
Well, that's because we were in a hurry for the other thing. We had a strict clock.
We were trying to catch up with people.
Okay. Cool. In which case, in which case, it will take it. Not say it will. It will take a day to get there.
Okay. Guess I'll make it.
Are you guys just going to travel through the entire day? Or are you going to?
No, we'll take the long rest.
Okay. Oh, in which case, Alexander, did you keep an eye on Hopper up? Never mind. I think he wants to come back inside. Hi, Hopper.
Yeah, it's been one of those days. Okay.
Okay. You did it again. You know what? You are correct. It is time to go on your crate.
Let's see. Two,
who was doing? Who was doing?
okay.
No problem.
Were there calls for rolls done?
I was making the my basic navigation checks,
Yeah.
and the check for finding a
they're
campsite.
Yeah. Well, I am going to shuffle you guys to
Go
a
to bed.
map. And then
Go to bed.
shuffle you guys to a map, and then
Okay.
throw a hopper.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay 12 mines as base defense.
Okay. Oh, let's see.
You always
Case.
bury your weapons underground.
Well, I do.
I personally just stick them in the ground and watch them jump up and hit people.
Wait, you have bouncing betties?
Yeah, what?
Sorry, it's a term from where I'm from. Basically, kind of like what Nyx makes, but they detect motion and, as said, blow up in your face.
Oh no, I just have cordon of arrows.
Yeah, that'll do it.
How thick is this foliage? Is it traversable?
It is. It is pretty dense. It is pretty dense. You're fairly certain that no one could see you, and you wouldn't be able to see anyone.
4, 5, just making sure. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh shit.
look. Actually, you know what? 11 and 12. Oh, I can't deploy my fortress in this area. Well played, Brian.
Well played, Mother Nature.
Alexander, you can go back upstairs now.
I will point out to my allies where I've placed them.
Okay. Who's doing shifts?
First, let's get my layer sense out. 100-foot cube.
Just so you guys know, it does cost me a fair amount of magic to make that money.
Oh wow, what is that?
That is my security field, my layer sense.
Oh.
And my cordon of arrows.
Okay. What I'll do... Well, that's right, I have a Verduna. Oh, is there a second Verduna? Do I just need a
I'm working on one for you, but currently, if you want, I can drop mine, and you can, we can put it where you want. But...
I was thinking just like right next to yours probably works because it's like it exists, so it would be taking up space.
Alexander, you can go upstairs now. You can turn this off if you want. Hopper's going to bed.
Oh, right, not a GM.
What, are you trying to drop something in the GM?
I was just gonna look for like a generic wagon if Trish didn't have the time to.
No.
Okay.
Did you what? My Godzilla that you like?
I like them all. Godzilla's amazing.
Godzilla.
He's pretty good.
Why?
Was I not drop?
Now be a good boy, okay? Get some rest, and I will see you whenever you decide to wake me up in the middle of the night.
Thank you, Trish. Well, shoot, what was I working on? I need to see what I was working on. I was working on that. Okay. So we've stopped for camp. I guess I'll be out. I'll smell a bit acrid and ozone-y considering the materials I was working with.
So, who is staying? Who's doing shifts?
I know. I'll take last shift. So fourth watch.
I'll take first shift, and
I know Sierra normally wants third and fourth.
I'll take second.
Did we get any fresh provisions?
That's what the I can make a survival check for that. What's that?
Since it's not really Robin's not around anymore. Unless I'm just not seeing her.
I don't believe she stuck around.
Who did?
Robin?
Yeah.
No, she stuck around because she's wanting to interview you, from what I remember.
Well, I wasn't seeing her token on here, which is why I was wondering.
Okay. Alright. Let's shuffle that into the GM layer.
Thank you. That looks much better.
Okay. Cool. Alright then.
Oh.
And that's where you want to place all your stuff?
Oh, Brian. Sorry to interrupt, but just to confirm, last time I believe it was a sleight of hand check to hide the mines.
Yes.
Okay. I will make a roll. I was clicked on the button. I had the dandelion dice. Let's see what this does. Oh no, this does not bode well.
Matt,
No.
where you guys are going?
Have you forsaken the me? No. Okay. It was just a low roll. My second roll was higher.
So you guys.
Okay. 14.
So that'll mean that you guys are traveling northwest. Okay. Cool. Alright.
For the watch, does anyone prefer me being first or second?
I took first, but if you want to partner with me, I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean, because I can either partner with Nyx or
Rayon.
Rayon.
Yeah. Rayon, apply directly to the forehead.
Rayon, what shift are you taking?
You know what?
Second shift.
Well, I'm gonna actually
So
amplify.
how many shifts are you doing?
We're doing total of 4.
Okay. So,
By the sound of it.
so first shift is Nix and first shift is Nix and Khalid.
Yeah, I guess I'll go
Second-
first on what's first on
Okay.
point. If not.
Second shift is who?
Currently just Rayon.
Oh no.
Second shift is
Swain.
Well, who else we got? We got Tim and we got Evan. So I guess that would be Rayon and
Evan.
yeah,
Brown and Evan.
and then
Third shift would be
Tim and Tatska, and then fourth shift would be would be Tatska and Naylan.
Asuka.
okay. Oh, okay. First shift. I need you to make me I need to make since you guys are actually actively looking. I assume. Are you actively looking, or are you just?
I am actively looking, unless
Yep.
unless
Actively
unless munching counts as too much of a distraction.
No, so you can go ahead and make your checks.
Okay. Nix will occasionally throughout the shift be popping what looks like some hardened candy. Oops.
Neat.
Okay, perception. Okay. Oh wow, maybe it's my keyboard. It's got to be my keyboard. Ow.
Oh yeah, perception check, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
And I'm missing anything that'll help me. I do have my goggles on. That doesn't apply to that.
Rayon is sleeping that close to the fire, just a heads up.
Oh, you're not gonna get even closer? You're not gonna get next to the rock?
Hey, I could if I could maintain my shapeshift, I would sleep in the fire.
Okay.
Worse.
Plus the creature's zone. Okay, that doesn't count for that. Okay. Not the best roll, but it's okay. It's an okay roll.
Was I able to turn up anything for dinner, or do I need to worry about marking off rations?
You can find some. You can find some random animals for dinner if need be.
Okay.
Who would have been doing the cooking?
Khalid could do it.
As I say, if somebody wants to do cooking, I'm not going to stop them. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with my, very basic ass cooking.
So I guess I'll be looking around during the watch. I guess I'll be over here for the moment. So do you have any particular groups or what would you call them, freelancing guilds you are with back in whatever day you're from?
Is that to Khalid, I assume? Or
Yeah, it's the Khalid. Since I presume everyone else is asleep.
Everyone else is asleep.
yeah, just making sure this wasn't like dinner or something like that. Khalid will check a little like, oh boy, yes, a lot of them. Well, it's kind of a complicated question, but also not. He takes a moment. I bounce around a lot.
Hmm.
I've done a lot of different things. I've been a gang member. I've been with a thieves guild. I've been a runner. I've been a dung sweeper. Yeah, I've just done a lot of things. What about you? By the sound of it, you're from here, right?
Yes. I have lived in Hasland all my life thus far. Done some occasional traveling when I was tasked to be on a rather interesting riverboat for a bit.
That always comes with a story. When someone says interesting in that particular tone. But you will hold up a hand. But I imagine you don't want to go into it at this moment, so.
No, not at the moment. Nix will have a look on his face as if like a little bit of a longing look before he kind of shrugs it off. But no, where we're heading towards actually is my past. I was educated at the Burning River.
He'll nod, but you probably also him mutter.
Hear mutter what?
Burning River, my god. I'm sorry, but the names of Ravenloft will never cease to amaze me.
In the case of the Burning River, you have to be very enduring if you want to use it for anything but collection for alchemical liquids. I believe caustic would be the right word to use.
Oh God! So I was about to ask, Burning River, how much of that is literal? And by the sound of it, quite literal. Not fire burning, but acidic caustic.
Yes, I was about to say not. There are things other than fire that can burn.
Yeah.
Do you want one? He's offering to toss you a piece of hard candy.
Sure. What is it?
Should be something slightly honeyed.
Like you said, honey?
Honeyed, as in as in bee honey. And just for, I guess, influence of the candy itself, it was 24. 'Cause he made the candy.
Not bad. A little weird, but fair enough. I've had weirder.
Yeah, I imagine it's not to everyone's taste. Beats eating fish all the time.
True. One thing does usually get boring after a while.
That and the rum.
Why is the rum gone?
Lavier probably drank it.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you expecting to find at this burning river?
Well, I'm hoping to find the rest of my people so Nayland can be kind enough to evacuate them before the Grand Archmage unleashes his plan to wipe the realm clean. Though from the rumors I've heard, and this him actually pausing, not David's also pausing, that's the character also pausing. They may or may not still be there. I heard rumors of guards, which either means a slaughter or abandonment. I'm hoping the rumors are just that, and wholly inaccurate.
Khalid will be nodding, but kind of like... I'm sorry, I know that you were saying that I know you're worried about your people, but what was that last about, Haslin wanting to, purge the land?
Yeah, he told us about that when we were in the throne room.
I think Khalid had... I thought... I don't recall that.
Yeah, he said get out in 30 days because he's intending to wipe the realm.
Of, like, people. Allegedly, the infrastructure is going to be intact, but everything else is going to be gone.
Yeah, I think Khalid had been zoning out, so it's... in-game, I'm just going to put it as that, because I honestly do... I thought it was just simply that he had said get out in 30 days, but had been vague about it, and only Nyx knew that he was wanting to purge.
No, he explicitly said.
And, well, I'm gonna play it off is that he just now is realizing, wait, you said that?
Yeah. Personally, I don't like it, but I don't have the power to exactly stop the Great Hazlitt. So might as well, at the very least, get what I care about out of here.
True. But never say never. Even in places like this.
Well, this doesn't apply to everyone. I'm gonna repeat something I said around Nayland earlier. Just because I'm used to it doesn't mean I like it. I figure that sentiment can apply to more people in Haslin than they'd like to admit, or rather would safely like to admit.
I imagine it's a lot of people in Ravenloft.
I don't know.
A lot of people in general.
I don't know much about what's beyond the mist. The captain of that riverboat knew a way to get to a faraway place, but I always kind of figured it was just some strange, bizarre area of Haslin, though with the mist being involved in any way, that's not necessarily true.
Well, at least where I came from, the only difference I can really think, one big difference is most authority figures actually pretend to care about their subjects.
Really?
As for everything else, violence, Inter-realm politics, people wanting to take over the world, magical shenanigans, and something creeping up every 5 seconds. Yeah, that's the same thing. Same thing out there too.
I'm more curious about that first part.
Which part?
The people of higher authority actually managing their people in a thoughtful way.
Yeah, not many do. I will fully admit that, but enough do where I come from that I'm proud of, at least where I've called home for a while.
I'm glad you mentioned it wasn't everyone, or else I'd think you were talking about some idyllic dream.
Oh please, no. I'm a glorified pickpocket and thief. I know how shit works.
I'm gonna look over here for a little bit. So if you'll excuse me, he's not actually moving very far.
Yeah, I imagine if more was wanted, we could just easily do a post. So yeah, that's why I'm not pushing too further.
Okay. Oh, my perception roll was a 19.
Okay. And must say. And Khalid's perception was 15 as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, 15.
Cool. Okay, cool. Alright, you guys go ahead and you make it through your shift. You don't notice anything besides the sounds of the local wildlife.
Come, motherfucker, come!
So that your shift seems to go off without a hitch.
Is Evan still in the area?
Evan is still in the area. He's asleep. I'm gonna say only because his shift is coming up, and leaving now would affect that.
Okay. I remember like the first time he was like gone. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he left, but that was because his shift wasn't like immediately following the first one.
Okay. Oh, if my shift's over then, I'll be in my bunk.
Okay.
If you check your Skype, you actually have a bunk that you can install when you have your GM powers back.
Cool.
There should be a full-size one and a map-sized one.
Oh, okay. Nice. Thank you. Oh, they're not actually labeled, it just says image and image. Okay.
But they should be labeled.
No, I mean, they're not labeled in Skype.
Okay, those are the file names should be labeled.
Okay. Cool. Right. In which case, the next shift would be. I'll say the next shift would be
Rayon and Evan.
I'll say Rayon and Evan. Could you roll me perception for Evan? Rayon, I need a perception check.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to secure my door. 1 second.
My door's always secure.
Oh no! Why you do this to me?
What is the red thing?
The red thing is the radius for cordon of arrows. If anybody who is not the party wanders into that red circle, one of the arrows jumps up and stabs them.
Okay.
However, they have to enter the purple area first, which immediately wakes my ass up.
Boom. Whisper.
God damn.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not mean to. Well, that would have
Nat
been
20.
Evan, nat 20.
I'm in
So I
Rayon,
did.
but apparently. Okay. Awesome. And both of you nat 20. Good. That actually helps.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Why did it roll? Is it? I don't think it's on. I guess it always rolls too.
No, you have to be able to turn off. You can turn on and off advantage and disadvantage.
Yes. It should.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't have the buttons on my sheet.
Are you on the app or the laptop?
The laptop.
Then yeah, I have no idea why it's not showing you the buttons.
If you want, you click the gear. You might when you have to toggle whisper rolls to toggle.
Yeah, but I'm just worried that I'll just always take the first one if it's.
I say you don't have the little boxes there at the top of the sheet.
No, I don't know why.
Right below your name. Huh, weird.
Yeah, that's where they are normally. I'm aware of where they normally are supposed to be. They're not on the sheet on this.
Oh, go over to the gear under roll queries. Hit advantage toggle.
Just said that.
You did. I know you did. Yeah, you probably have to turn on your toggles.
Cool. For the group, you will, and I'll say as far as I'm gonna say as far as Evan and Rayon, you two are particularly alert right now. I'll say you two are particularly alert. You hear several sounds throughout the woods. Although Rayon, you seem to pick up a noise. And I say you seem to pick up a noise in particular. I must say, it's not until a few moments after you pick up the noise that you notice that Evan his ears kind of perk up as if he's kind of hears something as well.
Interesting that his superhuman hearing hurt
noise
second.
coming from the actual thing at this point, so. The soundtrack in the background's like, oh. No, not you. Stay in your bed. Stay in your bed. I know. Daddy just howled. That did not mean for you to get up.
I say Evan's kind of like, did you hear that?
I did.
You continue to hear something sounding like.
What does it sound like? Okay.
It sounds like heavy footprint. It sounds like heavy footfalls and snapping twig branches.
Someone's approaching.
Evan's like, I hear something. I can barely. He was like, it sounds like it's really far away. Rayon, this sounds ridiculously close. You have no clue what he's talking about.
What do you mean it sounds far away?
Sounds like it's deep off in the woods. He kind of looks around. Rayon, whatever is approaching the camp does not seem to be trying to hide whatever its presence is. You'll hear it walking, and then you'll hear it stop momentarily. And then you'll hear picking up the walking. You said what's the range?
What's the range on detect magic?
60 feet if I remember.
I actually have it.
30 feet.
30 feet?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Can I cast Detect Magic, or will it not really work in this situation since there's magic all around
I'd say there's
us
magic
'cause
all
of-
around. Well, it allows you to differentiate between different magic effects, but if it's an invisible creature, it's not going to reveal the invisible creature.
Okay.
That said, if they get within 30 feet of my wagon, they'll become visible because of the lantern and revealing on the front.
And depending on what angle they're coming from, they'd enter my blind sight. I'm asleep, so
Yeah. And if they get close enough to threaten you, they should set off my layer sense also.
Does invisibility not bypass
I
that?
don't think invisibility bypasses that. I know invisibility does not bypass alarm.
Interesting. Okay.
Where it, yeah, it just says it lets you know if a creature enters the area.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So, you will hear something. You will hear Masay around the corner, east of you. You hear something coming around the pathway. Evan seems to be looking in every direction.
Like down this way?
Yeah. Coming into view, you will see a woman in a white dress. She walks forward, her head twists to the side and looks towards you, and then her body follows suit with her head as she begins to start walking towards the camp.
Oh. I sure hope this isn't the person I had sex with thing.
Pretty sure it is.
I forgot about that.
You've never seen this person before.
Oh, I know.
We'll take a step. We'll take another step.
And Nalen's awake.
Actually, no, you are not.
But it doesn't set off layer sense?
Non-detection, I imagine.
No.
Interesting.
Divination magic does not work.
Ah. Which I presume you're...
Yeah, layer sense is divination.
Okay.
Do you see it? He is going to point at it to Evan. Do you see that woman coming?
Evan's gonna be like, where?
I'm pointing literally in the direction. How do you...
Step. He's like, he's gonna look at you. He's like, look, I know you. He's like, look, I know you enjoy fucking with me, but
No. There is literally a woman right there.
Step.
She's within the radius of the lantern or revealing. I don't know if that matters.
That does not matter
Okay.
either. The entity is invisible to any means or anything that doesn't relate to the person who is cursed.
Right, it's invisible. Lantern of revealing negates invisibility.
Yeah, but it says they cannot be seen by anyone except for the person who is a part of the curse.
Okay.
That was the thing. They said invisibility works, and I'm about to say the only person who can see it regardless of anything. It's called cursed invisibility.
Ah.
Rayon is gonna say, "Halt and state your intentions."
It will continue walking towards you.
How about a transmutation spell? Because it's in my radius now. How about the transmutation spell? It's in my radius.
Okay. As far as I know, that does not stop it.
So it can make a dex save now.
Okay.
And Evan should see an arrow pick up and fly in the direction. That should help your case.
Oh, okay, try him like that.
Evan will be like, I have no idea which arrow will go off.
And because I'm a dick,
Gonna
those
cast
are
it.
whistling arrows, which means there's a chance they wake the rest of us up.
Cast Entangle.
Oh, that's gonna be an area.
Quick square. Where's my square?
Okay, it has failed. So the arrow jumps up, makes a loud whistling noise, and the creature, in theory, takes 6 piercing.
Okay. A arrow shoots up and flies through the hex that the entity is at.
I don't.
Evan will be like, "What the hell?" The arrow does not seem to get stuck in anything. It seems to flash straight through the space.
Does it matter that they're silver?
Wait, I must say, to Evan, it doesn't look like anything happened. Rayon, you see an arrow go directly through her chest. Here, straight through her chest. Appears to be bleeding. But doesn't, I must say, kind of staggers momentarily, and then continues walking towards you.
Again, I cast Entangle.
Okay. You cast the entangling vines. The vines wrap around it. The vines wrap around it before it continues walking, and it seems to be straining against it as the vines
make a strength save.
It would if it wasn't immune to being. If it wasn't immune to being grappled or restrained.
Oh, that's fun. Just phase through shit.
The vines you will see kind of slough off of its body and fall to the ground, almost as if it just kind of worked its way out of them. At this point, do you want to roll for initiative or do you want to run?
I'm running.
He's like, fuck
the
this.
fuck this lady is.
And with a whistling arrow, do we have the ability
The group
to
wakes up.
wake up, or?
Yeah, you guys can make a check to wake up.
I'm looking to see if there's any enhancements to that for you guys.
Rayon is screaming. Oh, if that helps. I can enhance that. I don't know what the fuck that is.
You can roll with advantage as a screaming whistle. I must say as a loud
they actually
whistle
have rules
goes
for
off.
waking characters.
Yeah.
I think it's in Xanathar.
Whatever it is, roll it at advantage because you also have a screaming rayon and the sound of a whistle sounding like a bottle rocket going off.
Question, Brian.
Yeah, they just say you wake up.
Yes.
Loud noise, such as yelling thunder or ringing bell, awakens someone who is sleeping naturally. So, yeah.
Okay. So never mind.
Otherwise,
Just
it's
wake
based
up.
on your passive perception.
Everyone is awake. Everyone is.
Otherwise, another possibility is I have a dagger of warning. So if so whatever. Never mind.
Dagger
Wrong.
of warning.
It's a weapon.
I'd say it's a weapon of warning.
It can be it's a blank of warning.
I'd say a weapon of warning would possibly work here. But probably not if it's immune to divination magic, because the weapon of warning, I think, works on the alarm principle.
No, that's fair. But either way, we are all awake now.
Yay, whistling
You're all
arrows.
awake. Okay.
So half movement to get out of bed, move across.
Do we have initiative?
I have no idea.
I
At
don't know.
this
He's
point,
still moving her.
I'm about to say that's what. Because you're still moving. Which kills.
I think she sets off another arrow.
Okay.
I'm double checking that.
Cool.
I would like initiative, please.
Okay.
I think he's
Or ends its turn there. So yeah, if it keeps coming, it sets off another arrow.
Okay.
I roll initiative.
Okay. Cool. Everyone roll for initiative.
Of course. How did Khalid roll a 71? There we go.
17. He's a rogue. He started going before we even. He began before we even began.
Apparently.
Oh, what? Initiative?
Yep.
No, that was Nick's. Nick's went before any of us did. God damn it, Nick! You couldn't have rolled one
And
lower.
of course, we haven't completed our long rest yet, so we're all fucked up.
Yep.
So Tim.
And need that second deck save when you get a minute. Oh, I see it. Never mind. That's 12, so that's another D6.
Good job, Tim. No, that was her. That was its initiative. Hold on.
I determine
Tim
what
is
your
going.
maximum. What is it? Maximum mana?
Yeah, what about your maximum mana?
How do you determine what that is?
You go to the Dark Tomb reference, and you look at the spell points tab. At which point we look at what's your effective spellcaster level.
All my classes.
Warlock doesn't count.
But
Sixth
level.
Okay, sixth level druid. Sixth level druid would be 32 plus. What's your wisdom Your wisdom score?
20.
Okay, so 32.
5.
Sixth level druid is third level spells, so you have 42 mana. Minus whatever you spent in the Dark Knight fight, because we haven't had a chance to actually get a long rest in yet.
We're gonna go with this. We've got half of the mana left.
Cool. Alright, so that's 12.
Okay, so that's another D6, motherfucker. That's another 5 silver piercing. Huzzah!
Okay. I'll use a.
Arrow will whiz in that direction. From what the rest of you can see, you just kind of see arrows going off in different directions. They don't seem to be hitting anything.
Well, that's weird.
That's not weird.
I must say, Rayon, you see the arrows pass through it. It seems to be doing damage, not as much damage as you would think, but it just seems to be casually going through its body.
Oh, wow! I didn't expect Nalen's initiative to be.
I rolled ones. I rolled a 3, I think.
So Nayland, you come out of both of you come out of your wagons. You just see your arrows going flying all over the place, and you see 2 arrows go jetting, flying out in different directions. Your sense didn't go off. Your sensors didn't seem to go off, but your traps seem to be going off for some reason.
Blind sight, but since my blind sight is not magical in origin
And not divination.
Does it detect anything?
No, it just says that this entity cannot be perceived by anyone other than the person who
Specific
is
from, general.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so which one of you fuckers broke the alarm?
I'll be looking around. What's going on?
I'll say Evan's gonna be like, there's something out in the woods.
It's not out in the woods. It's right there in the middle of camp.
The fire?
Can I make an Arcana check? This sounds like an Arcana check.
That's a good. Yeah, can I make one too?
Go free.
Okay. Guess what, Triss?
There's actually something honest about that.
Guess what, Triss?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see if I can apply this to both at once.
You see Nayland lean back, grab a book off his bookcase. Van Richten's Guide to Bullshit.
I have to use my reaction to do it. Sure.
What is wrong with this realm?
I'll be mumbling some various thoughts aloud that you can hear.
Do you want that list alphabetically or by importance?
So yep, you're within range. With my rambling, with my kind of figuring out to myself, a flash of genius will be applied to you. Add +5 to your roll.
I really didn't need that, but thank you.
Oh my god, this keeps forsaking me, and I do not like it. Stop forsaking me.
Until Malin rolls a 1.
I did not.
It's like, okay.
Hindsight being 2020, I should have used my between the lines while I was looking at this earlier. Hindsight being 2020, I actually learned a little bit about it.
Now that I'm rolling it, it's rolling decently. Now that I'm not actually needing to roll it for something.
Okay.
Let's see. The book says.
I'm about to say, Nyx. Obviously, Rayon's crazy. You have no fucking clue what he's talking.
It's always been weird.
Okay. Nayland. This is. I'm about to say. Either Rayon's crazy, or this is some sort of ghost. But you would think that a ghost would set off your. You're not aware of any ghosts that can bypass divination spells or could get past your wards. But if you can't see it, no one else can see it, and if Rayon isn't lying, then it's obviously either a incredibly skilled assassin or a ghost.
Interesting that 35 is not enough to know what's going on. Okay.
You're from this realm, correct?
Well,
I'm from Ravenloft. I'm not from, Haslin specifically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, this thing originates from. According to this thing originates from another realm. It originates from another plane. And it originates from another plane, and that's why I was like,
well, yeah, but I mean,
it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult to put it into words because it kind of just got here.
Well, that's true for most things in Ravenloft. I'm just saying, it's like I'm a trained monster hunter and dealing in curses and shit, and I got a book here that deals with this kind of shit.
Yeah. I know that's what I'm trying to figure out because
may I make a suggestion?
Even in the write-up, it basically says that it's basically like a plane shifter, and it's basically a plane shifter, and this is his first time here. So I was like, what would be written about?
Okay, so may I make a suggestion? You seem to be focused on the idea of identifying it. What about shifting it to his knowledge of curses
and effects similar to what he's describing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He is the Master. Okay. Which case, you are not exactly sure what this is. Appears to be a Master. You can guesstimate that whatever is trying to attack him or kill him must be some sort of powerful curse. Probably Masse. And with that, I will give you this. You're fairly certain with all those murders that you heard of in the town when you were trying to get information, whatever this thing is, whatever this curse is, or whatever's trying to currently, whatever Rayon is saying that he's seeing or dealing with, it is obviously something that it's very, very likely, pretty much 99% positive, that whatever this thing is probably what killed all those people back in town.
Okay.
Like when you heard about people just randomly being found in their rooms, brutally mutilated or broken. Brutally mutilated, snapped bones. No sign of forced entry. Mutilated bones, broken pelvis. Mutilated bones and broken pelvises.
So cool. I hope somebody else took that spell because I'm out of mana.
Wait, what spell?
Remove curse.
I'm not the kind of caster.
So he's going through. Like, okay, let's see. Did you touch anything that you weren't supposed to? Did a black cat cross your path?
There was that lady who begged me to have sex with her.
Okay, under sex. Well, you either have herpes or you're cursed.
Okay. Let's see. You rolled a 35. That's a lot. Let me give you something else. This I'll say in your book, you see a handful of instances of entities with powers capable of something like this. This I'll say whatever this is, quite possibly falls under what is known as a relentless curse. You are aware that nothing. Whatever a curse like this is, the only thing that can prevent something. You can't stop. It is a curse that cannot be stopped once it is given. The curse only ends when. The curse only ends when the person has ceased to exist. The only way that you can keep from contracting this curse is if a wish spell is cast on you ahead of time, and that is the only way that you can keep from getting it.
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
Wish spell.
You can only, you can't cure it. It can only, you can only, the curse, curses like this can only be passed on to another person. They cannot be cured. A curse like this cannot be lifted. And the only way that you can keep from, you can only keep from getting this curse. And the only way that you can keep from getting this curse is if a wish spell is cast on you before the curse is put on you.
So yeah, sorry, you're fucked, mate. There's no getting rid of that unless you figure out a way to get rid of yourself.
It can be passed on. This curse.
Yeah, you mentioned that. I'm not sharing that. The character would not condone passing the curse on to another poor sod.
Do you think
and you would be aware that if he dies, the curse goes back to the last person who he gave it to.
Do you think that I can trick it into thinking I was dead?
You have to literally erase yourself from existence to end the curse.
Because according to this, it will literally follow your soul to a different plane and kill you again. It will literally kill you till you die from it. Upside, it can be killed.
Yeah, it just needs to keep standing there in my radius.
So Nyx, 33 initiative. What are you going to do?
So I can't see the thing.
Cannot see it. Cannot
But
sense
you can't
it.
see where the arrows have been going, so that technically would allow you to attack at disadvantage based on rules as written.
And I was actually okay.
You've seen the arrows go in two separate places.
Rayon pointed out to me.
Rayon point about 20 feet that way.
He's effectively pointing 10 feet in front of you.
Okay. Ready the
10 feet.
Alright, the weapon, and I will discharge some shots. Also, question. The area he's pointing at, do I notice footsteps or anything materializing in the ground?
No.
Okay. I take it this would indeed be shots at disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Please hit.
Well, you see, the thing is, when I'm at disadvantage, I get extra shit. So, one moment.
In here.
That's kind of funny.
Dun,
Okay.
What is this?
I'll be shooting multiple times, of course. Three. Okay.
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 The 20, let's say, 20 frost bullet and 14 for a regular bullet.
Yup, and I will use my bonus action to shoot an additional bullet thanks to our recent levels.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot I had that.
I can just see it.
Boom, 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 boom. That's marking off 3 bullets.
Okay. Cool. All right. All right. You shoot bullets. You just must say to everyone who is not Rayon, it looks as if Nix is just firing bullets off into the woods. Bullets just go flying through whatever space he's talking about. You will hear kind of like birds in the trees scatter from the shots that he's firing.
Huh. Maybe I'll maybe I'll kill some good game.
Rayon, you will see these bullets like pepper this creature's body, like, and it'll just kind of look at you, and then it'll fall forward on the ground.
It's down.
Is that it for your turn? Nix?
I will move to here and be facing this way.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to renege that. I'm going to renege that because I'll be putting friendlies in the firing line. Okay. I'll stay.
Cool.
I'm good.
Lead.
So it's down? Let's wait and see if any arrows move.
So?
You don't see any more arrows go off at the moment.
Khalid, not having his. Oh wait, he doesn't wear anything. And just some casual clothes. Will walk up near to Rayon. Start flipping one of his daggers around. You need something magical? Or anything like that?
Rayon, who's acting at the exact same initiative, will pull out his sunblade.
That's fair. And Khalid himself will kind of pull something out from his back pocket. To Rayon's eyes, it looks like a pen.
It's mightier than any sword.
Are you about to Percy Jackson me?
He says hedge, and suddenly it turns into a short sword.
And you Percy Jackson me,
This motherfucker Percy Jackson to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I will hold my action to attack whatever Rayon tells me to.
Nice.
Okay.
Rayon is going to approach it. Cut its head off.
Okay.
Just to make
So
sure
your
it's
turn.
dead.
You. I say so. I hate when it jumps turns like that. So Rayon, you are going to go. You're heading over towards it.
Yes, I am going to go step over towards it.
Okay.
Very cautiously, with the Sunblade in. The Solstice Blade Greatsword form.
Okay.
Okay. I just need to roll to cut its head off.
You can make. I'll say you can make a roll. Yes.
Is it still prone?
It is. It. Well, you don't know.
Well, I'm asking if it's still prone, because if it's prone, he gets advantage. If he's right up next to it. So Rayon still seems to be just way over there.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. Make me a wisdom saving throw, Rayon. As you approach it.
That didn't roll correctly anyway. A wisdom saving throw?
Yes. Okay then. Momentarily, as you approach it, you feel that things are not what they appear, but you shrug off that sense of fear, and you go to strike at it. So is that 19 year to hit?
I don't know if it is, because it says it's the wrong weapon. It says the right plus, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You will slice down, roll damage.
Maybe the invisible thing's vulnerable to fire. Lots of things are vulnerable to fire.
Again,
More things are invulnerable to fire than are vulnerable to fire.
Well, monsters, yeah.
Monsters, my wagon.
done. Oh, that's why.
Does everyone have initiative?
Actually,
Yeah.
There it is.
We don't have mine.
Oh, you have the cinema. That's fire. So I did roll the wrong one. Like it's the short bow. But
Lack of mana is making things hard.
Oh, your mana's
I
low?
don't know why this is
Zero.
showing.
Oh. Well, something I would like to point out to you that might help you.
Yeah, I know a wizard can respawn it. Yeah.
Nope, not just that. Going beyond your limits under spell points.
So I'm very confused on this. The damage should be 1d6 radiant plus 1d6 fire.
Mm-hmm.
So then do I add dex to that? Or okay.
Yeah, so 1d6 radiant, 1d6 fire, and then plus wisdom.
Yeah, that could give you
So effectively 2d6 plus 5. 2d6 plus 5, basically.
There's the damage.
Okay.
3 of that is fire, 4 of it is radiant.
Okay.
We'll do radiant fire. So.
Okay. You will slash. I'll say you will slash into it. You'll slash into it. You'll see. I'll say you'll slash into it, leaving a massive gash on the back of its neck.
Okay. Do I have a second attack, Brian?
For Warlock and Druid, probably not.
Yeah.
I was double checking because he gave me this fighting style that says you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack.
Oh, it's really like dual wielding.
Yeah, so yeah, that'd be if you're dual wielding.
Oh, so I have to dual wield for that. It would have been the other sword. Oh well. Next time. Cool. I will take a stance to parry if it tries anything.
Okay.
To everyone else, I just sliced at the ground.
You see him slice at the ground. You see the sword slice across the ground, leaving a deep gash in the ground.
Huh.
Are we good?
I don't know. If I had another attack, I would keep attacking until I was sure it was dead.
Maybe.
That's very fair. But does it look like?
Okay.
Since we're still in combat initiative,
Well, that's true.
but you probably don't understand that.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Rayon's like,
oh right, he has that. So it's like, what?
Rayon seeing beyond the fourth wall is like, probably not dead. Actually, wait. No, I need an action for that. Hindsight, I could have just double checked to see if it was dead.
But you can't tell?
It's laying on the ground, and now it's got a giant gash in its neck. I don't know if it's dead.
Does it look undead?
I can pretty much guarantee that physically assaulting it is probably not going to stop it.
Well, he has like a blade of light or something. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
I believe it's Nalen's turn.
It is. Nayland. Feel free to try and do a thing.
Wait, first, what was Khalid's held action again? To attack when directed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When directed by Rayon.
Nalen's gonna take some movement. Run over here. Touch Rayon. And try to get some specifics.
Okay. Yes, this should work. I got a way around this bullshit. For me.
Spell swap identify.
I'm spending a hit die to make it to put identify on my list of prepared spells for the day versus doing it as a ritual. Then, because I'm at no mana, you're rolling a beyond my limit check, which is in the spell points thing, to cast identify. I made the DC. Identify, if cast on a person, can tell me what shit's affecting them. So in theory, that means I can get specifics on what's going on.
Figure out what the curse is affecting me.
Because it's a curse.
Yeah. Because this worked earlier.
Okay. Cool. All right. He is being affected by a. He is being affected by what is called Mase, what is known as a relentless curse.
Also known as Ravenloft curse.
So the 35 got you.
Let's see.
That's it. The book got me the general. Okay. This should get me the specific.
Okay, cool. It has a he is being tracked down by what is known as a relentless curse. A humanoid infected with this relentless curse can pass it on to another humanoid through sexually intimate contact. Nothing short of a wish spell or similar magic can prevent a creature from contracting the relentless curse if it engages in intimate contact with an infected humanoid. Once a humanoid is infected with the curse, there is nothing short of a wish spell or similar magic that can remove the curse. The entity will continuously track down the humanoid most recently infected with this relentless curse until it is dead. Until it's completely dead and no longer on the same plane. In which case, once it has run out of the viable targets on this plane, it will teleport to the plane of that person and proceed to pursue them again.
I almost had a way out until that last line.
Yeah. So even getting him off this plane, which is next to impossible in Ravenloft to begin with, it will just follow him across.
It will follow him once it's done killing everyone else who's cursed.
I do have a question. Because of the way the realms work, would that plane shifting apply through the mist?
Plane shift cannot work in Ravenloft, but with the way that is phrased, in theory, yes, it can transcend realms with how Ravenloft works.
Shit, because I was hoping the mist would act as a boundary.
The mist might buy him time, because the mist is also made a bullshit plot, but it can, in theory, traverse the mist.
Keep in mind, this thing also came here, but it could have easily just come here because the dark powers thought it would be funny.
So he'll look, his eyes will glaze over for a minute. He gets the information, and then he's like, "Yeah, okay. So unless we have divine intervention or a wish, this thing's just going to keep coming. All you can do is delay it."
So a deal with that.
You do become aware, Masa, if the entity is reduced to 0 hit points, it will gain a new body in 1 day, regaining all its hit points and become active again. The new body appears in a random direction 100 miles from the humanoid most recently infected as it begins this track again. So killing it buys you 24 hours and 100 miles.
Keep hitting it. If you do manage to kill it, it'll respawn in 24 hours, but it'll be 100 miles from here.
Okay. That's helpful.
You are also aware this entity can choose to look and appear like anyone who, it can choose to look like anyone living or dead. Wear any type of clothing and appears any humanoid, living or dead, to each person who can perceive it. And it can look like different people. It can look like a different person to different people.
Neat.
If multiple people who are cursed are looking at it, it will likely look like two completely different people to the person.
So yeah, keep pummeling it.
I have an idea.
Wait, do I have to see the target?
Yeah, that's what I was running into. Is like most of the stuff requires you to be able to see the target.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see within range. Damn it!
I have an idea.
Is anything else you're doing?
No, that's it for now. I knew I should have gotten, made, Evan tenfold clear.
I'm about to say, you are also aware that this entity will never be visible to you unless you are cursed.
If it wasn't for the sight thing, I could actually contest that with my own bullshit wording, but I have to be able to see it first.
I've got a thought that technically works within the phrasing of what he's saying, but I have to wait till Evan's turn.
What, looking through his eyes?
I can't do that. Oh, no, I've got a thought but it has to wait till Evan's turn.
Okay.
But it's got to wait till Tim's turn.
Tim rolled a 0, so...
You can make this go away for good.
I don't see how.
Not really.
Put it in the book.
Tim has to be able to see it.
You want to know what? Until Tim's turn. John's going to tell Tim, get it in the book.
He's like, put what in the book?
Can't put it in the book if you can't see it.
Oh no. Tim can see it.
How?
Tim signed a contract with you.
Oh!
Does that allow him to see things?
The nature of the contract was seeing through,
See through my eyes.
Haha!
That is fair.
See it. Eyes. It's in the fucking book.
To be fair, it also needs to be dead.
We can drop it to 0 hit point.
Tristan, you are aware that does not work because the moment that it hits 0, it just disappears.
Well, I don't know what he's thinking, so I can't comment on that, but...
I mean, you're aware that once it hits 0, it just
Well, yes, I'm just saying, I don't know what he's thinking to tell him that.
Yeah.
I did say that if it hits that if he kills it, it will reappear 100 miles away. I did say that.
What if it hits 0 on non-lethal?
It can't be rendered.
So you can't do
That's
non-lethal.
also something else that it can be done. There is no unconscious. I'm about to say it can't be rendered.
And it has to be dead to go into the book.
If you knock it to 0 and it is not, I'm about to say if you knock it to 0, it is not considered.
It's apparently not a ghost.
It's not a ghost. It's a monstrosity. It is not undead.
Well, either way, it's not my turn anymore. It's its turn.
Okay. Which case, just I'm about to say, in case what's his face wants to take a shot at it, I'll say you will probably hear Rayon scream as this thing reaches out to try and grab his foot and tries to effectively leap off of the ground, lunging at him, as if it was playing dead this whole time.
I am gonna parry the shit out of that.
So if Khalid wants to attempt to make a
Also,
Rayon's
not going to scream in that case. Rayon is technically a god of war. So
well, you were screaming and running from him a second ago.
That's because he didn't know what the fuck it was.
Well,
you are at disadvantage.
Matt forgot that Rayon was a god of war at that moment.
what's the disadvantage?
Because it's invisible.
You can't see it.
Oh, right.
I'll say technically it's still on the ground too. So.
Well, it being prone would technically mean he's at advantage.
For throwing?
Oh, for throwing? Yeah, okay, yeah. If he's throwing, yeah, he's SOL.
Yeah.
We don't do double disadvantage.
Well, the game doesn't do double disadvantage, so...
There's a lot of things on the rules that we bypass because it's harder. You said what? You said an 11? Oh. Damn, disadvantage. Fuck you. Okay, that just barely misses. As Rayon, you see a dagger just kind of fly past him, like fly right over top of his head and stick into the ground before disappearing.
It does not do that because he is not wearing his blink.
Oh, okay, never mind. You just threw a dagger and it's just sticking in the ground right now.
You missed. You missed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Okay, this thing's, let's see. Okay. Not death drip, death grip. Jesus Christ. Alright, there's a 24 beat your AC.
Yes. 24 is going to beat my AC.
Okay. This thing grabs a hold of your leg. I'll say this thing grabs a hold of your ankle, and with a strength that belies this tiny little woman, will yank your leg out from underneath you. You will see Rayon fall to the ground, as if something just like pulled his feet out from under him. As Rayon hits the ground, you will see this thing. I'm about to say, Rayon, this thing begins to start crawling over top of you, and it will mount. I'm about to say, and it will mount your crotch.
One of those.
The death straddle. Let's see. I need you. I'm say it will straddle you. It will straddle you as its eyes roll up inside of its head, and its fingers clutch into your chest, looking as if it has some sort of strange look of ecstasy on its face. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's one of the saving throws I'm not as good at.
He says as he rolls a 23.
That is a low roll for a saving throw from Rayon. So.
Okay. Thank you for making that. Let's see. Okay, you only take half as much.
Wait. It's a natural 18.
Oh, there you go. You're gonna need those. Have you already put in? I say you already put in your
Yeah, I just put in my.
Awesome, cool. You're not really hurt already, correct?
No, I am above maximum.
Awesome. You take 44 necrotic. Saved for half. So yay.
Ow.
As anyone looking will see some of the light kind of dim from Rayon's hair as the skin on as his face seems to like sink in momentarily, as if like the life has just been like immediately sucked out of him.
Cool. Now I can make a dex save.
Okay. It's totally good at those.
Yeah, I noticed. Have another 5, motherfucker.
14. Alright, yeah, you will see an arrow fly up in the direction over top of Rayon's crotch.
Alright.
Also, 4 bludgeoning damage from the grapple from when it tripped you. Alright.
Should make it Evan's turn?
It is Evan. Yes. Why is Rival still there? Yes, it is
Okay.
Evan's turn.
Gonna play with some technicality of wording here.
Okay.
Centering it roughly on Rayon based on how he's behaving. We are not perceiving the creature directly. We are just getting a vague idea of where it is.
I was wondering if glitter fire could have a similar effect. Okay.
See, each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue ring of range. Any creature in area within the curve is outlined in light fails the dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and an affected creature should dominate. In the attack roll against an affected creature. Let's see. Any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if any attack from the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible. Alright.
So we don't see it, but it's not getting the benefit of being invisible, so there should be at least like an aura around it to give us an idea of where it is.
Okay. Cool. Alright. Give me 1 moment. And this is a... Alright. Cool. Alright. Moment. This is a magical effect, so it gets different modifiers to that. Yeah.
Yep, I'm definitely sleeping with someone once we get to the next town.
You have no idea that saves you. And
well, he knew that sleeping with them.
How does he doesn't?
Yeah.
How does he know that?
I know how I got cursed. The woman told me.
She didn't tell you that that's what gave you.
Something was coming for me now because she slept with. It does not take someone to put 2 and 2 together that this woman. That this is what the curse is.
Granted, you don't know how to.
Brian?
Granted, you don't know how to pass.
I would like you to re-roll that saving throw.
Okay.
And I will tell you why in a moment, as it takes me a minute to get there.
You mean the silvery barbs thing?
Silvery barbs is nice.
Yeah, you guys did.
I wasn't sure you remembered it.
The other thing. I remember it. I feel like this is gonna always happen. So re-roll it at. Let's see. Is this at disadvantage?
You roll at disadvantage. You re-roll. You just roll again and use a lower result.
Okay, so it just finished rolling at advantage.
So well, it doesn't. It's not advantage or disadvantage. You just roll another d20 and use whatever's the lowest.
Okay. So. Alright, so it just finished rolling at advantage, so it just re-rolls the entire roll.
No, it just rolls one additional d20
and takes
whatever's the lowest.
And then it takes.
Okay, so 20. So, okay.
And I will pass the advantage on to Rayon for
Alright, let's see.
Ha!
Okay.
Sparkle, motherfucker.
Let's see. Hold on.
So, do you resist a grapple with AC?
Nope, you resist a grapple with athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, so Brian did that wrong then.
What?
Unless it has a special ability that applies it to AC, because a lot of creatures that do grapple attacks it's part of the attack roll.
Yeah. I'll say this has a DC for to do the
So
grapple.
yeah, it sounds like it doesn't attack.
Because
as part of the attack, you become
the
grappled.
grapple is part of the. Yeah. I'll say effectively the grapple is part of the death.
Okay,
spell.
then yeah. It's one of those creatures.
Yeah. I'll say similar to the bite being. I'll say if a large creature bites you, it also
Yeah.
swallows you.
Well, it's not all large creatures, but yeah, some of them.
Oh, Tris.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Okay. All right. So, which case, you will see this shimmering outline over top of, I'll say, over top of Rayon. Let's see. In which case, once this who did that?
Evan did the fairy fire, yeah.
Okay. I must say, this creature will turn around. Its head will twist around on its to the rest of you. Rayon, you still see this little girl. To the rest of you, you see this outline of this horrific-looking demon. Since you can see it, since you can now see this, perceive this thing, I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
The pages have passed, like, I don't know, I need to come up with a good line there. Oh, wait, why am I rolling that? I should be rolling my d20.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm rolling my d20. Oh, that's worse! Why?
Wait, your d20 was... But your d20 was, 8 plus 5. So
it is. I clicked it instead of actually rolling my physical d6. Or d20.
Did you roll
yes,
worse? Okay. I need a roll from Khalid. And also needs a roll for Tim. Because this is not going to go well. Because Tim does not have good not being afraid abilities.
It must be my computer, just because my Dandelion D20 is, like, whenever I'm actually rolling it, she, like, now I rolled a 12.
The wisdom save is 23. I'm away from the computer at the moment.
Is it a total of 23?
Oof.
Did you happen to roll an 18 on the dice?
I did, in fact, roll an 18 on the dice.
Oh, why, thank you. Get rid of this cube here. I can get rid of the cube now, yeah?
Yes. Okay, so Tim fails. Nuts fails.
I would like to spend a hit die to spend a reaction to re-roll that save. Okay. Don't fuck me, Dandelion. The save is now a 10.
Was that fuckery? Okay.
Son of a bitch. Maybe like Sierra's place?
Okay.
I don't know.
Apologies.
Here.
Okay. Okay. For the two people who failed, this creature. Now I need to put an aura on it. And it's evil, so that's.
How very groups of that. This is lost if we don't roll for initiative in the next 10 minutes.
Okay. What did I'll say? Do we have a roll from Evan?
We did not.
Okay.
Wisdom.
Okay. Cool. Everyone makes it except for Nix and Tim. Tim is, I'll say, Tim looks, Tim looks ridiculously frightened of what is going on. I'll say, Tim looks ridiculously frightened of what is going on, as does Nix. Seems horrified at what he has just seen. On top of that,
Nix, I promise I'm not having sex with her.
Nix, so long as you are within this aura that she is giving off, you will take 2d8 necrotic. So you take 4 necrotic.
Okay.
As you feel like, the fear, almost as if your fear is feeding it.
Okay.
But whatever this entity is does not look happy that you were able to see it now. All right. Tim is scared shitless. Tim is going to start backing away. Tim did have something that he was going to try to do, but now Tim is frightened. Now Tim is frightened of this goddamn thing. Tim is just going to try and protect himself. He's going to cast a spell to attempt to protect himself. Anyone want to
have?
I'm good.
Oh, it's a want to reset?
Yeah.
Oh, I changed my mind. I thought it was required refooting.
No. Required refooting is D6.
And me.
I think David requires refoots.
Right.
Cool.
Next.
I will use a bonus action for Iron Determination. Kyoki should be very familiar with that.
Yes.
And I'll just be looking at it, looking at my gun and be like, no, 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 no. And it'll just kind of like be repeating that as he pulling out a purple band bullet and charging it with the spell, slamming it into the chamber, reseating the weapon so it can fire, and just like it. He's just like shouting no as if this thing like I don't know, killed his family or something, or it did something to him personally.
And I took that personally.
Here is the little death. Here is the one death that leads to 1,000. I will let the deer wash over me. Yeah.
Okay.
So DC 20. So you hit it with Mind Spike.
Yep. And as he does this, he is
Is that a wisdom saving throw?
backwards, like falling back.
Alright, wisdom saving throw for the entity.
Hindsight being 2020, why do I not have this spell?
And it decides to botch.
I assume you mean Mind Spike, in which case it's probably not on your spell list.
No, I'm looking at spells that are on my spell list.
The specific wording.
It's a warlock spell
sorry, go on.
that I didn't take.
No problem. You done? You good? Good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The specific wording I want to point out here is, while you have this knowledge, the target can't become hidden from you. And if it's invisible. Because I want to point out that delineation.
So we have double layered being able to find it.
Okay. You attempt. Never mind. I just read something. You attempt to use this. You attempt to use this spell. It does not seem. It does not seem to take hold.
Shit.
Both the entity and any humanoid affected with this relentless curse can't be targeted by any divination magic.
Well, it can't be targeted. So do I get the action back?
If you can't target it, yeah, you should get the action back.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, as I am falling back, I will shoot the its. What is my... my passive investigation is a 15. Is that an excess if it's AC?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, because the crit range increases by 1, yeah?
Yeah.
I critically hit with the first shot. 1 second, let me get the other shot in here. What's rolling now is not including the maximized damage, so 1 second. Okay. 1 second.
Without you having to do anything, I can let you know that is enough. I'm gonna say you will fire a bullet into this. Into this entity. Into this glittering entity. The bullet will. The bullet will post through the image of it, flying over top of Rayon. Rayon, you will see its chest explode out from over you. You all will see Rayon's face get splattered with blood. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay. Rayon, you will see this woman just kind of look down towards you. Its eyes start to go dim. As you can see its body starting to dematerialize. Nyx. You're looking at it, correct?
Yes, as I'm falling back.
Okay. Nyx, you'll turn around. I'm about to say, as you are looking at it, you see the shape of it seems. The shape of it seems to stop going from being a demon, from some sort of horrific demon, to a more feminine shape. It takes a rather familiar feminine shape too. I'll say, momentarily before you see it dissipate, you recognize the figure, the hair, the facial structure. Even though you can't see details, it's just kind of like a blank outline of a humanoid. You recognize this humanoid shape anywhere. It is a humanoid. I'll say it seems to be attempting to take the shape of Rylan before dissipate. Before it dissipates in front
no,
of
this
you.
is heartbreaking. Oh.
Did you kill it?
Yeah.
As
the limit
it
break has increased.
as it dissipates away from you. Combat is over.
I guess that'll have to wait.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Tim's gonna kind of wave his hand as his spell goes away. He was like, "Is it gone?"
Presumably.
Rayon wiping the blood off his face. Yep, it's gone.
The blood starts to disappear off of you as well.
Blade will offer a hand after getting his dagger.
Oh, is that an 18?
Oh, yes.
Hit points for you.
Yay.
But she's gonna fall asleep and lose anyway.
But Rayon is at max hit points still. You had all that happen. No, I'm sorry. I am 4 points below max.
Be happy it didn't get around to another round with the Institute because the Death Straddle gets stronger the longer it sits on you and keeps grinding on you.
That's fair. You're not going to get that close next time.
But I hope it doesn't show up while you're in the middle of fighting something else.
No. It's not going to get a chance because we'll just take a second whenever we drop off Tim.
Oh, yeah. Nick's clearly shaken, is just going to run back into his wagon.
Stay in bed.
Should we go check on him?
Evan's gonna be like, anyone know what that one's about?
I can go talk to him.
I was going to, but if you'd rather.
Either or. Well, are you okay? That didn't look pleasant.
It didn't feel pleasant.
Pat him on the shoulder.
I'll talk to him in the morning. You guys get back to bed.
I'll check him quick. You get.
Evan's gonna be like, I hate this place.
I think everybody does, Evan.
It's not that bad.
But
Rayon is going to deadpan stare over to Malin. Be like, it is a far cry down from where I used to be.
That's more commentary on you than here.
Alright.
How is that commentary on me?
So considering, I need some token. I need a token roll from. Third watch and fourth watch.
But before going back to bed, Khalid will check on mix, but we can just make that if you want.
Yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be terrific.
Yay!
More threads for the flames. It warms everybody's heart.
Yeah. Rayon will likely have a thread with you in the morning, by the way.
Okay.
Tim seems to be a little distracted, but his zombies, pick up the slack for him.
Ooh.
So Tim seems to be a little shaken. But other than that, you guys make it through the night with no other incidents. Did you tell Marseille, you told him that he has a 24-hour timer and a
Yeah, that is the one thing I did mention.
Correct? Okay.
Yeah, he didn't mention the fact that once I get rid of this to somebody else, that once they die, it's going to come back to me.
No, she didn't mention that.
Which is
she did tell you don't. She did tell you don't die though. Marseille, she told you it's going to come after you, and don't die.
Well,
so up to you to put up to you to put two and two together.
Yeah, no, I don't think he can put that one together. I'll probably figure that out after I have sex with someone in Tim's realm, and then it comes back after me again. Tim is successful.
Alright, so you guys you guys go ahead and camp out, do your thing for the night. And as you are doing that, you will awaken in the morning. So you will awaken in the morning to a nice, bright and beautiful morning.
How unusual.
And I assume that you guys, once you're done, you will pack up and continue hitting the road. Okay. Cool. You guys will continue on navigating effectively between your navigation roll and between your navigation roll and Nick's effectively knowing where his home is. Will find your way through the paths to what is kind of nestled between a river and a mountainside, a rather large manor. Nix, you looking at this place seems to be from the outside, there's a serious amount of overgrowth, and this place seems to be kind of in disrepair.
You sure we're in the right place?
They must all be gone.
The door looks as if it's a double wooden door. The left door appears to be the left side of the door appears to be hanging off the hinges. The other door, as if someone broke in.
You mentioned overgrowth. Is there any sign of battle?
Looks like pillaging more so, but it looks like pillaging, but it doesn't look like bandits. In your experience, from how neat this looks, it doesn't. I say you don't see broken windows. It appears they just stormed through the front. You would think, I might say, based on how professional, for lack of a better term, this looks, you're getting the idea that this was done by the Haslinian military.
Based on those rolls I just made, how recent, give or take?
Uh, David, the battle with your master was how long ago? It was a decent time ago. It was a decent time ago, I believe. Correct?
The battle would have been. Do you need a precise time?
No, just in general. No, just in general.
Off the top of my head.
Because I remember it in your backstory how long it's been since that happened and what you're doing now.
This is in the. Okay.
I'll say because I'm trying to figure out how long you've been traveling since that all happened.
1 to 2 years.
Okay. Looks to say. I would say roughly about you guess anywhere from around about like 6 months to a year.
Well, you can look to see if they left any clues, but I'm not expecting to find much in this state.
With how organized it is, soldiers. Probably Lady Eleni.
Your call.
I might have to kill her.
No, sir.
She was like, I might have to kill her. As he unholsters his weapon.
That sounds like we're going inside then.
Let's see exactly what happened here.
Evan's gonna be like, so this is where you live? Swanky digs.
Hmm.
Why would you ever leave? Grew up in a mansion.
Because not all cages are not all cages are filled with pestilence. Master Cullen was intelligent, though had his whims. They were little more than tools.
They were kind of looking like, I can understand. He's like, I can definitely understand that. In my own way, yes. He'll kind of look forward. He's like, well, this is your house. He's like, after you.
Okay. Given how familiar Nix is with this place, is I would like to check the the quarters first.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you want to check the quarters? Okay. Oh, that was quick. Okay. Oh, that was quick.
Wait, what?
I think he expected us to actually go like room to room and like dungeon explore.
Well, my thought is, it's like, well, if there was a siege and you weren't necessarily combat capable, you might try to barricade yourself.
I mean, it makes sense. I completely understand. I'm not even knocking that. It's just kind of funny. I was like, oh shit, why didn't I think that they would just run straight to the quarters first? Okay, cool. 1 second.
Considering time, would you like a little respite to figure things out?
There's no fight. There's just it was just like, oh man, just jump to the next map. Okay.
I thought the quarters were just somewhere on this large ass map.
No, they're probably in the basement.
No, the quarters is just on the in which I assume that you guys go running with him if he's running off to go check on quarters.
I didn't know, guys.
No, I guess.
Welcome to my world,
sure.
Brian.
It's a phase spider.
I'm okay with it. I'm just like, okay. I mean, I made a map for this just in case. Obviously, you can see it was already ready, so I was like, oh.
I know there's a cool dungeon I can stand after you guys, but they want to immediately go to room 47. They're in room 1, so that's going to be a lot of skipping. 1 second.
Well, I mean, that's what I was like. There's nothing to murder you here, technically. But I was like, and I'm about to say on this map you have to go looking for something to murder you.
It's okay, guys. We can loot the mansion after we check this place out.
I'm pretty sure something will show up to murder me.
If you hang out here for about 24 hours, 100 miles. If you wait here for like 2 days,
it's 100 miles exactly.
100 miles exactly. It doesn't matter where he is. It will. If he's in the middle of walking, it will appear 100 miles from wherever he currently is, not from where he
so
killed.
if here's 100 miles away exactly, it cannot get to him for at least 4 days, because the fastest you can travel is 30 miles a day.
Okay.
Unless you're teleporting.
Is that with or without sleep? It's not teleporting, but it does not sleep, and it does not suffer terrain difficulties.
Yeah, the rules don't account for that. The rules just straight up tell you this is how far you should travel in a day.
Okay. Cool. So there you go. 4 days. Just don't stay anywhere for too long. All right. You walk into this room. The room. Masa, you can kind of hear people rustling on the other side of the room. As you turn the knob and open it, you will see 4 familiar faces. Well, 3 familiar faces and 1 slightly familiar but looks a little different face. 3 of them are creations that you must say that you grew up here with. You recognize him as Ayer.
Ayer?
I'll say A-E-Y-R. Thurn. T-H-Y-R-N. I tried to stick with the all of your background people have lies in their name.
You're part of Organization 13.
Lycha.
Organization 13 is just a cover-up for the real power. Organization 14.
And standing up off of the couch and looking slightly different as she pulls her hood back, is Kin
Oh, nice.
or Kine.
I see fangs.
Her skin looks a little different. She must say her skin looks a little different. She looks very pale, and she does seem to be kind of sitting in what looks to be the darkest
Is
portion
my
of the
whip
room.
reacting?
Is it whipping good?
Partially, not fully.
Okay, from a meta perspective, that makes you think maybe Dhampir, if that thing detects vampires in particular.
Yes, it detects vampires and vampire spawn.
Okay.
From what can I say? Just from looking at her, she. I'll say. Naylin will be able to tell she seems to be in the midst of some slow transformation. Something far slower than
She's transitioning.
I'll say, yeah, there is a very slow transformation that seems to be going on with that. All of them will look up and like, I'll say, Air will look like, who the bloody hell are Nyx?
Guys,
Lycha will be like, holy shit, he's alive. It was like, we thought you were going to say, she was like, I thought you were dead.
after what I heard what happened here, I thought you guys were dead.
No, I'm gonna say we hid. We hid in the secret compartments. Well, I'm gonna say we hid in the secret compartments while Hazlitt's men ransacked this place.
But you see, there's a couch right here.
Oh, that looks like one.
Yeah, she was sitting on a couch reading a book. She stood up and turned around and looked at you. She's just kind of like looking down, like she's kind of ashamed.
Not paying any attention to that right now. I'd like to. We're not really in combat time, as I understand it. So
no, there's no combat. Well, unless you want to start fighting with your friends.
These guys, fireball.
I'd like to jump the couch.
I'm like, they do have
go
sex.
around, and I just want to give everyone a hug. So I'm just gonna bounce around places, and there we go.
Alright, I'll say, Air will kind of be like, aye, it's good, man. You're alive, everything's good. Lycha will, like, when you hug her, even though you think that you're hugging her, she will be hugging you and will lift you off the ground and just kind of, like, ragdoll you. It's like, oh my god, I missed you. You swear that you feel a couple of bones in your spine kind of pop from the squeeze. I must say, anyone looking at this, you can see that Lycha is roughly around about 6'6". Obviously, Air appears to be some sort of dragon-human hybrid.
All I want to do is see her turn into a giant woman.
Thurn will let you hug him, and he'll give you like a slow pat on the back. But he looks happy to see you. But he's like, like curb the excitement. We have guests. Do you want to pronounce her name Kine or Kin?
Let me look at the
Khyn.
I'll say Kin, because that's the first thing that pops into my head.
Okay. So, Kin, when you hold Kin, her body feels incredibly cold.
Okay. Like, like ice kind of cold, or like a chilly breeze. Okay.
Yes, ice cold. Also, with your sense, you can hear a faint. And I'll say you can hear like a heartbeat roughly every 10, 15 seconds.
That's a thing. Composing himself and holstering um, and holstering his weapon because he probably didn't think to holster it at the time. Yes. Get their names again. They are Theron, Leitcha, Kine. These are the companions I've recently been traveling with, and at least for the moment are willing to help, well, get get all of you out of here, given that the population of the realm is currently at stake.
They're gonna kind of look at each other like, "What are you talking about?"
The Grand Mage Haslick is planning on wiping out the inhabitants of Haslam, and I couldn't let that happen to any of you. Or is this it? Where's everyone else?
Well, they all ran when I say most of them ran when the invasion began.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I say we decided to stay here because, in all honesty, this was the safest place to be. But they decided to take their chances. A couple of them said they were going to go hope to get in contact with the caravan.
Question for Brian: when they say the caravan, is that like code for like a Vistani caravan, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they're already heading toward. Okay, good. There'll be a look of. Make sure I have a look of a look of relief. Well, we can. If we can't get you to the caravan, we do have a means to get you out of Haslan, unless there's something binding you here.
No. I mean, leaving home doesn't sound like the best thing, but I mean, guess if we have to.
It's certainly better than the alternative, and I need to make room as you travel. That's not going to be any problem. I'm sure people can share tents or something. But all of you guys, what have you stayed here all this time? Clearly, things must have, and he'll note must have happened to. Well, what befell you guys after I left? I mean, clearly the invasion happened, but was there anything else?
After they were like after what happened to the master. It's like after what happened to the master. has caught word of the experiments that he was doing around here. Was not that thrilled about it, that he had been keeping this from him, and decided that it would be in his best interest if he came by and procured us, as a means by which to potentially escape this place. Didn't exactly. I say. As far as I know, he never got his hands on any of us. He searched around for the longest time. So my guess is that the ones who, my guess is that the ones who did, the ones who escaped, managed to leave out. Managed to get away, and they probably did manage to. They took some of the money. They took some of the money from the from the old man's treasury, and my guess is that they actually managed to pay to find their way out of here. So I believe they are beyond. I believe they are beyond. They are beyond his reach now.
Good.
So yeah. So that's my guesses. So I believe they're beyond his reach. So I don't exactly know what to tell you as far as where they are, unless we just want to go wandering around the rooms looking for them. Which, with as gung ho as you are, I wouldn't be surprised if you wanted to. But if this
if they're going to the caravan, then they should be safe for as long as they're traveling with it. And as he's saying that, he's gonna look over to Nayland just kind of for confirmation.
Nayland's like over by the bookshelf going, like running his finger along, like read that, fuck that one, read that. I was like, yeah, should be fine, yeah.
Several of these books that you see seem to be some of these books. Most of them are theories involved. Most of these things that you're seeing, they appear to be like theories for radical, like incredibly radical ideas. Polymorph through sheer will. Polymorph through sheer will. Effectively, if harvesting the soul of someone with power can be used to give you the power that they had. Using vampires and undead as storage containers. Using them as soul storage containers. Different means by which to. There are several books here. How to tame vampires and werewolves. One of the things they recommend. One of the books they recommend is to pull out all their teeth and to cut off their fingers.
I'm just gonna grab those training manuals. No reason.
Most of them seem to be almost everything that you're reading seems to be dehumanizing every species that is not human. Seems to be a particular hatred. Seems to be a particular hatred towards. Also particular hatred towards towards elves, gnomes, and I say elves, gnomes, and other I say elves, gnomes, halflings.
All the classics.
So yeah, most of the texts around here seem to be about human superiority over other races and classes. Um, not and I'll say and how to make Haslam a great place by purging it of all of the and I'll say by purging it of all of the other inferior races. Seems to have interpreted Hazlitt's desire as a means by which to create a perfect human race, which you are fairly well aware of now that Hazlitt is not a big believer in the concept of anyone is perfect. He's like, I'm the only person who's perfect, everyone else can die. So whatever this guy's working on, probably most of it seems to be theory and concepts, and how best to dissect people.
Well, how to dissect might be useful, because if you know where to dissect it, you also know where to hit it for extra damage.
I want to do a cold shot to its weakness.
Yeah, pretty much. Because the place the scalpel has to go in is also the same place the sword goes through very effectively.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with this guy to learn something useful from him.
Okay.
I have a clarification for you, bro. When they mention Hazlitt coming, I take it that's separate from the storm of soldiers that came through. Yeah.
Hazlitt came through in the first wave. He was there himself in the first wave.
And this more recent thing is a separate.
He came through looking for the research.
Ah, okay. That's probably why the soul rending and stuff isn't here.
I'm actually surprised the whole soul carrier thing is there. I would have thought he would have considered that as a method of attempting to escape.
I thought, oh, it's a fancy magic jar.
Yeah. It's like my body stayed, so that fulfills the contract, but my soul left. Mwaha.
Remember I'm like, technically it's like, yeah, this is the contract. This is what it takes for you to leave, but now we're dicks. You just can't leave. But you said shut up.
But by the sound of it, I would think that Haslam would have already come across something like that if he left it. It's like, bah!
Oh, I'm sure he has. I'm just surprised the books are still here before he figured that out.
The books are still in this room, but remember they said that they didn't get into this room. They couldn't make their way into this room. The only reason why Nyx made his way into this room was because Nyx knew where this room was. They actually couldn't find this room. So the knowledge and books and everything that they had in here are still in here. Like I said, when if you guys have a chance to go through the place, you would have seen that most of it had been ransacked and like shelves have been knocked over.
Funnily enough, Nyx is going to kind of look over to the group and make a comment. I realized that I made an agreement with just Naylan. I'd like to expand it to the rest of you with your compensation being whatever you can find in this mansion, provided it doesn't belong to any of us. Us obviously referring to Nyx and the remaining companions here, or
Kim is going to kind of look at you and like reach to put her hand on your shoulder, but then kind of think about it and then pull it back. And she'll be like, you don't have to do this. We were doing all right. We were doing all right. I think we can make it. It was like, please just don't hurt yourself again.
There'll be this solemn saw him look for a moment, and as he goes to pay more direct attention to her. This is different from then. It's not just me bartering with some madman. These are powerful people that at least as long as we're with them can definitely aid in protecting not just me but I need to look at their names again. But Elisha, Theron, and Air.
And I said, they're gonna kind of lose. She's gonna look a little disturbed, but be like, we've lost everyone and we've lost everything. And here you are with, was this your pirate crew?
No, I'm not sure where the Eidolon is actually.
Oh, so you don't have the ship, and he's like, so you don't have the ship?
Yep.
She's gonna look kind of confused. He's like, wait a minute, you don't have the ship?
No, no. It's.
She looks visibly confused. She'll be like, how do you not know where the ship is? She's gonna be like, how do you not know where the ship is? I thought you got here on the ship.
I'm
She was like, I thought that's where all of you came from. I thought I thought that you guys were just lagging behind. She was like, I thought you guys were just lagging behind because you went to go do something else.
I'm going to quickly skim my background right quick.
Like I need a boat to traverse the realm.
No, she just.
Yeah, Sag Sack needs a boat.
Must say, she just looks visibly.
Yeah, Sad Sack needs a boat to traverse the realms. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Spelljammer?
Well, I mean, yeah, actually, that was going to be Khalid's thing of like, well, is it a spelljammer?
Wouldn't that be traversing worlds, not realms?
I believe it can do both.
Tomato.
I believe Spelljammers can.
Not the stats I saw, at least.
I remember the original used to be able to jump through, go from plane to plane and planets to planets.
Yeah, and I do apologize, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I'm really tired.
No problem. We're about to.
Do you want to start the thread?
Paladin.
Since you,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I can start the thread.
Have a good night.
Yeah, night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Nyx will look almost a little ashamed for a moment and softly in an attempt not to have like Evan or Naylan or Tahid here. I got a bit lost given everything that happened with Mirage. Fortunately, I was able to wind up back in Haslam.
She'll look at you and she was like, well, she'll kind of put her hand on her chest. And, well, I'm very. It was like, well, I'm very happy that that Captain Salvatore managed to bring you back here safe and sound.
Well, Nick's will nod. Oh, Brian, just to confirm, this cold condition and such is new, yeah? For Kim? Okay.
Yes. You remember her being complaining about being cold at first. Now it seems worse since you've last seen her.
Oh wait, does that sound like what was happening with Rylan?
The cold, yeah. I must say, whatever cold feeling she said she was feeling earlier in your backstory, it seems to have permeated through her body, and you can actually feel it now. If I remember correctly, you were like it's something that was put inside of her. And you notice her becoming more pale and kind of wrapped in excessive clothing and cloaks. Almost like she's trying to warm up. Temperature in here seems to be roughly around about 80 degrees.
So it's getting worse then?
It's advancing, but I've had a lot of time to look over the books here. I've had a lot of time to look over the books here, and I've found I don't exactly know what I'm dealing with, but I've found ways to slow down whatever this is.
Well, we'll find an answer. Do you have any idea of what you need to further your research?
If I could do surgery on myself, that'd be great. Figure out whatever this is inside of me, or whatever's causing this.
Trying to think. No, outside of arguably Tim, Tim's not going to get involved in this. I don't think anyone has exhibited any skills in the group that would be close to surgical.
Exhibited, no. Mainly because Evan hasn't had the chance to do all the buffs for short rests.
Okay.
I mean, if he could hear you, he could probably volunteer the fact that he has expertise in medicine for a total of plus 13. But,
well, while he is speaking, Nyx is speaking softly, I don't know how perceptive Evan actually is.
Evan just kind of like Evan seems to be more focused on. Currently, does not seem to be paying full attention to that, but mainly just kind of seems to be paying attention to the fact that hey, this is your family, and and you need to get them from point A to point B. So he's like, all right, well, let's get them out of here. So Evan just seems to be more so like, oh, this is your family, they need to be saved. Well, you should probably just save them, then, shouldn't you?
Oh my god, is that a point for me actually liking Evan? No.
Well, considering that he couldn't save his family, then...
No, I can't have points of connections with this guy. As far as I've been aware, he's an asshole.
I mean, he is an asshole. He's an asshole because he's already lost everything. Like what happens to most people once they finish losing everyone they love and care about. I'm dicks.
Okay.
He's like, my parents are dead and my sister's a headache.
Yeah.
In terms of in-party, he'd be your best bet, but as far as I know, he has no reason to...
Yeah, and I'm unaware of his actual skill set in that.
Tim would help if you asked.
Oh. Was that Brian speaking, or like an NPC? Okay.
That was Brian. I must say, Tim doesn't talk in third person. So, Tim will help you.
Yeah, no, he's not comfortable with Tim getting near these guys.
Tim is not like the world.
Well, to be fair, they're not undead, so they won't actually catch his interest.
Right. Well.
I'll say the only one who would kind of be interested in him would be Kin, but at the same time he's like, well, she's not dead yet. She's almost dead.
So she's almost interesting.
Yeah, which is my primary concern.
Yeah, but I must say, effectively, she is just as interesting to him as Nayland is. He was like, Nayland is almost an interesting person. And once he's laying on the ground, he'll be.
I'm impressed you can tell.
He probably has special eyes.
He must.
That being
My eyes.
that being said, turning his attention to the party. It'd be best if even with the second, third wave of invasion, that the rest of the mansion be scouted in case anyone has returned or is hiding anywhere else, or if there's any artifacts that was discarded by Haslick's men that have remained. I think I'm going to stay here for a little bit to help them.
Thurn is going to say, he was like, well, if we're going to be rounding up people to leave here, then we should probably go inform the captain that we're leaving.
Wait, Salater's here.
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's here.
Why am I suddenly imagining a Napoleonic gnome? No, I'm sorry, that's Salazar.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he showed up. He was like, yeah, he showed up here. He showed up here about a day or so ago. He was like, yeah, he showed up here a day ago. He said he wanted to access the lab.
Nix will get a look of confusion for a moment, kind of like, what? He's not saying it, but he's like, why would the captain want to do that? The access to the lab. It was like Haslick must say it's part of the reason why Haslick was trying to find us. The only the gateway to his laboratory could only the gateway that he put on his laboratory could only be opened by those with frayed souls.
That's an interesting lock.
That makes sense.
It was the only thing that could keep someone like Haslick from using his magic to force it open. Was to use his research. Was effectively to use his research that Haslick couldn't understand as a means by which to keep everybody out. But the captain said he needed to get in there, so we trust the captain.
I'm sure he has a good reason.
He's been in there for a while. He hasn't come out. Kind of weird. He hasn't even asked for food. He told us not to come in.
Define a while.
Well, he's been in there for 2 days with no food or drink. there's no food or drinking. And there's no food or drinking. He's like, and there's nothing to eat or drink in the masters, unless in the masters' old
Yeah,
quarters.
that sounds normal.
Well, if you stay there for 2 days, a little bit longer won't hurt.
Alright, so toss the place first, then I guess go check on your friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Evan, I know you have somehow maintained abilities to heal. He has healing spells, yeah?
He has healing spells that he has used.
Yeah.
And I imagine, given his description, the fact that he's carrying a healer's kit on his person would be pretty obvious.
Okay. Given you've somehow maintained your abilities to heal, that could be useful if he's hurt. Turning back to thinking fast and furious. Family. To my family, it's like, is there anything left in here that I can help you with?
They're gonna be like, well, I mean, there's the books. I mean, there's a secret exits, that lead outside. I mean, we pretty much had a run of the castle, and the alarms the alarm spells that are riddled throughout the entire estate. Let us know whenever someone's approaching the manor. We don't know who's approaching the manor, but anytime we find that someone's approaching the manor, we come in here and we hide. But it's been quite a while since the last time that we had company. So, the last time it's been a few months. We had what looked to be a couple of bandits show up. A couple of run-of-the-mill thieves. It was like we took care of them. But the last time the soldiers were here was quite a while ago. And then out of nowhere, Captain Salatar showed up. It was a little weird. Talked kind of funny. Seemed a little weird. Talked a little funny.
You're not dissuading me of this Napoleonic gnome picture.
I don't remember. It was like, in all honesty, maybe the time that he spent away made him a little different. But he seemed a lot of the way he talked. What's the best way to put it? It was like, it seemed kind of Ken will say forced. He was like, yeah, forced. Like he was trying to talk like he was trying to talk like a normal person.
It's kind of strange. It's like trying to visibly suppress like these alarm bells going off in his head. It
was really weird. It was like Aaron would be like, I got it. It was like, yeah, he was talking. It was like, remember when the master would teach us how to fit in with people and how to talk? It was like, yeah, it was kind of like that, but it was kind of like first grade lessons. It was kind of weird.
Sorry, but I've actually got to go myself.
No problem. I was actually going to leave it at that. But it was like, but yeah, they'll leave it at that, letting you know, the captain is here, talking a little funny. He's in the master's quarters, and you guys can do with that as you see fit.
I'm hoping this library can fit in a bag of holding.
Books weigh 5 pounds a pop, according to the player's handbook, so you should be able to fit 100 books per bag of holding.
Okay.
And this is not the
Oh, yeah,
library.
I
This is
mean,
their
but the
bedroom.
books that are here. I only have 438 pounds remaining in my bag of holding.
Yeah, you do not have enough bags of holding to hold all the books. In this
But we also
place.
put them in wagons.
You say that. But, yeah,
But yeah.
I gotta get
Yeah,
going. Catch you later.
you have a good night.
Again.
Yeah, like, yeah. I have thoughts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then there's that. So there's minimum 6. I can give you a general idea as to how many books there are in this entire estate.
Clearly, interesting. You could tell that I was trying to push for the idea of going back to the previous map and examining things there.
Yeah.
14. Okay.
It is an odd, almost oxymoronic economy of you want players to, like, be thinking and stuff like that, but then things like this happen to where they are thinking, and it winds up, like, again, apparently moving entire maps.
Now, you want players to think. The problem is they never think about what you want them to think.
I don't mind. I'm just like, I had it already, so it could just go like smoothly, and then it just smoothly ran past like 60% of this.
Again, I was trying to set up the idea of okay, we found these guys. Now let's go back through in case something's changed that they're unaware of, as an excuse to explore the other map.
Yeah. Which you still can. And I'll say, I'm like, you guys can always go back. You didn't miss anything. And I'll say, pretty much what I was expecting was people to kind of go through, see the damage done, do some looting of your own, and then find them, and then go to the study.
Yeah.
See.
I just tried to tell you. I was expecting you to have, like, the quarters be like a war zone or something happened. So I did not expect the quarters to have not just this is beyond clues. This is actually having answers.
Okay. Entirety of this entire house contains 33,517 books.
So that's 157,585 pounds worth of books, which will translate to 335.17 bags of holding.
Well, each wagon, at least my wagon, can carry 2,700 pounds.
The wagon versus the Varda.
I'm talking about the Varda. It's capable of carrying up to 2,700 pounds.
Is that like taking up the living space?
That would be taking up the living space.
Yeah. Okay.
Books count as 5 pounds.
According to the player's handbook, a book weighs 5 pounds. Yeah.
Though to me, that thinks you're talking about like large ass books.
They're probably thinking tomes.
Yeah, these. I'm gonna say all of these are effectively tomes.
Yeah, according to player's handbook, a wagon can carry the beast's ability times 5. I think it is.
Okay, so you are looking at 167,585 100 pounds. So roughly 100. I must say, so roughly 168,000 pounds of books.
Well, Nex is actually interested in the research to see if he can find a quote unquote cure for himself.
Well, we know not all the books are useful, so
yeah, as distasteful as. And his relationship with Master Cullen is really odd. It's like, I hate you, but I feel a strong bond to you anyway because you are a master.
It's like, I hate you, but you're really smart.
Hate you, but I admire you. Fuck.
Okay. Well then. I am. I'll say. Like, I understand, but yes, I'm actually. I was like, I got this map with the ability for people to be able to search it. If they didn't,
Oh.
so be it.
Unless some changes, we're definitely going to be searching it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, most of this map is for looting. I was like, yeah. You'll see that the place, like I said, the place has kind of been ran through, but it still looks lived in.
My hope is that there's going to be quote unquote useless things discarded, in the same way that that Hazlick's treasure vault had useless things in it. That's my hope, anyway.
Must say, anything of use, and I'll say you lived here, so you know that just about anything of use was not in the open. Well, so anything of use is more likely hidden somewhere. Similar to his projects, i.e., you guys are hidden away.
Yep.
I'm about to say you guys hidden his laboratory hidden away. I mean, that's not to say that the books that he had aren't useful, but Hazlitt did come here with one thing in mind, so he could have easily just overlooked books that just didn't pertain to the soul stuff that you guys could find useful.
Which is certainly my hope.
Don't expect to find the same level of stuff that you know.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything near that level. I was just thinking that there might be some, like, somewhat useful items left behind.
Yeah, I'd say we're tossing a wizard's castle / laboratory. They're, given who was here before us and how Zen focused they are on one specific thing, there's got to be useful stuff here.
Yeah, even if they're just potions.
Yeah. You're definitely gonna find like some potions and some random gadgets that do stuff, but chances are, only the tech-savvy members of you would probably have an idea as to what it is supposed to do.
Like potions, maybe some scrolls, maybe some gizmos and gadgets.
Well,
I'll say primarily gadgets, lots of gadgets.
I'll definitely be interested to see what happens next time. Though, next time, aren't you having a dental thing?
I'd say, yeah, we're off in theory, off for a month.
I must say, you're off. Yeah, we are off on the 15th, unless they call me in earlier. If they call me in earlier, then the 15th is still on. But if my schedule, I'll say that if my dentist appointment doesn't happen sooner than that.
Well, regardless of Ravenloft's schedule, I hope you I hope you get an appointment as soon as possible to deal with that, because that cannot be comfortable.
It is not. It's complete suckage, but I'm living. Then thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
Later guys.